I'm leaving Page today. So I've been here, I think like 10 days now, a lot longer than I expected to be. Today's the new moon already. It's like a whole moon away from the eclipse already. That seemed pretty quick. So I'm headed toward New Mexico. I have New Mexico in mind. But I'm going to be headed down toward Flagstaff. But I kind of want to go through the Hopi Reservation, which is a very large reservation in Arizona, which is within the Navajo Nation, which is huge. And so I kind of want to go through the heart of that, ideally. So whether I go through there or through Flagstaff, I mean, we'll see who I run into and how things go. As always, everything is open. I have no idea. I'm just going to start walking out of here, and we'll see what the world puts in my path. It's kind of like, I'm feeling like a heaviness a bit. There's a lot of distortion and noise. I went to a church yesterday and I got invited out to lunch. It was really cool. There's like a large group of people at this church. They get together every week in a house, and they like hang out and talk. And so we were hanging out and talking, but we were also there was a portion, toward the end where we're like in a round circle, kind of philosophizing and talking as a group, which was really cool. This and it's quite unique. I mean, I haven't really ran into a group quite like that. But so it was really cool doing that. But after I left there, and then last night, it was like almost like this feeling of hopelessness and like the impossibility of what I want, and of people to change, like the scale of it all. And I mean, what do I want? Like, it's like, what am I doing out here? What's all this for? So, in this kind of like feeling and energy of noise and distortion and whatever, I'm just, right now thinking to the blank canvas of possibility, right now. And, the hope. And yeah, just that. And just kind of let the other stuff sit without trying to put words to it and articulate it, like what I'm actually frustrated about, or whatever. Just is. But once I get moving, things get simplified. I got recommended, the guy who dropped me off in Provo, Ed from Calgary, recommended a book to me, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And so I actually finally found the book. They didn't have it in Provo, but they had it here. And I read it. And right at the start of it, in the foreword, So Viktor Frankl would often ask his patients, why do you not kill yourself? And so I've been thinking about that. Why do I not kill myself? And there's a lot of ways I could answer that. In a sense, I have killed myself in a lot of ways. And kind of this is the process of detaching and letting go, essentially of everything. So in some ways I think I have killed myself, and I'm in the process of letting go of the rest. But as to why do I not just jump off a cliff, today? I mean, something to think about, like what's keeping me going. Maybe I'll come back to this, but I do think it is a question that absolutely could help, a lot of people, and me. But for me, it's like, there's still hope. There's still possibilities. There is a blank canvas, and there's always tomorrow. That option's always there. It's good to have a jump off the cliff option that can be implemented, if shit gets too hairy. But so yeah, I don't know when I'll have service again, Wi-Fi or whatever, so I'll check in and update when I run into something. Have fun. So before I head out, I'm stopped in Page Library. So I actually haven't had a shower. See, this is the new moon. I haven't had a shower in over a month. And so yeah, I washed my undies, my socks, my crevices. But that's just kind of how it goes. So when I left Provo, I ended up getting picked up by a brother and sister who were on their way to renovate a rental property. And so they picked me up, and I'm like, well, do you guys, need a hand? And so I went with them and helped them that day, doing stuff around their property, some demolishing and whatever. But then she invited me to stay there, so they left me there. They went home, and I stayed there that night. So that was the last shower I had, was that night, and that was right before the eclipse. So that was over a month ago. But if you ever do any hoboing, I mean, you really only need one pair of underwear. This is what I found. This is what I learned exactly almost 5 years ago when I was in Phoenix. And I ate some stuffing and got sick off of it, some kind of food poisoning. But I ended up, as I was walking around Phoenix, I let out what I thought was a little squeaker and crapped myself. And yeah, so just, I just wash them and put them on wet. Same with my socks. Although if it's like really hot in the summer with socks is not always so cool, but yeah, just put them on wet and they dry out in no time. So there's a hobo tip for you. Yeah, you really only need one pair, of anything. I mean, that's how I do it. Seems to work. So now I'm refreshed and renewed and ready to go.